Hey, what's up everyone? We are here at my house to talk about the supplement of the week for the first one on the channel, which was BSN's N.O.Xplode. Now, I did an arms day video and I did a legs day video, and both ones went really well. I promised you an in-depth look at it, and we're gonna get to that right now. So the main ingredient in this is caffeine. Now, caffeine in itself isn't that much of a pre-workout, but what they combine it with is creatine and beta-alanine. So caffeine's pretty common to all of us. We know it gives you that quick burst of energy and a little bit of that crash towards the tail end. But what's different about BSN N.O.Xplode is that it has 3 grams of creatine in it. Now, there's a lot of conspiracy, or there's a lot of misnomers about creatine, chiefly because in the past people abused the crap out of it. They were taking 4 or 5 times the recommended dose because they hadn't learned too much about it. And now creatine is one of the most researched sports supplement products on the market. With creatine, it's naturally occurring in the body, the foods we eat, especially meat, but it's naturally occurring. So it's not some sort of synthetic thing that you just inject into your body and you make miraculous gains. It's naturally occurring. Now what happens is your body starts to get fatigued, as we all do. And what that creatine does is it hydrates your muscles. So consider if it was like a normal cell, as you work out for those hours and hours, like some of us do, you are going to get fatigued and you're gonna get those dehydrated muscle cells. So what's happening is you're gonna take that creatine before you work out, or even during, it is an interim workout as well. It's gonna pump those muscle cells up with water, allowing that quick burst of energy that cell can produce. The thing people worry about the most is getting that bloated look. And that occurs when the creatine is not absorbed properly, either taking way too much for your body size or taking the wrong type of creatine. Another thing with creatine is, since those muscle cells are getting hydrated, it's creating that greater volume and stretching that muscle fibers, which is what allows you to get those bigger muscles. Because you can't just walk in the gym, lift a couple weights and get big right out the get-go. That muscle fiber has to stretch, heal, stretch again, heal, and over time that repetition and that process will cause that muscle size to get bigger. The second part of BSN N.O.Xplode is beta-alanine. As with anything in these pre-workouts and these supplements, you always want to look at what you're dealing with, and that's exactly what I did. So as you're working out and you're getting fatigued and you're going and that fatigue starts to really set in, your blood pH levels are going to drop and they're going to lose hydrogen ions. And that's where beta-alanine comes in. It promotes a amino acid called carnosine. And carnosine is good because it's that buffer in between, and it adds those hydrogen ions to your muscle cells. And that's a huge thing, because without those, that fatigue's gonna set in, you're gonna start losing the pump, and you definitely don't want that. You want that pump, you want that volume, because like I said earlier, and that's what gets you that muscle size and that strength, is that volume training. And with beta-alanine, you definitely get that. Focus is also caused by that carnosine, because it's naturally produced in your body, especially within your brain. And that's what gives you that heightened focus, or when you're in the gym and you have that tunnel vision, and you could add for the first time in your life, because 45 plus 45 equals 90. That's the time when that mental focus caused by that amino acid carnosine is being boosted by that beta-alanine. Also, you get the catch-22 because you're volume training and you're adding in that endurance. You're burning more calories, you're losing more of your lipid storage. So at the same time, you're losing fat, but you're increasing that volume of your muscle. So you're getting that 2-for-1 of losing weight and adding lean body mass, which is pretty much everyone's goal if you're a little bit heavy set and you're trying to cut down. The third thing, which I think is really good, is that it actually works in tandem with the creatine. So as that muscle is being hydrated by the creatine, and you're allowing that good muscle hydration, beta-alanine's coming in right behind it and allowing that pH of your blood to maintain in high levels, and even stacking to allow that high volume training. Because that's what everyone wants when you go in the gym. You don't want to go in and have a really easy time and be like, oh, that was kind of a waste. You want that almost painful pump that leaves you that really good sore feeling, and your muscles are really fed of that nice rich blood and that heavy nutrients, which all of this meal prep is adding. So as you're expanding those muscles and you're hydrating them, all that really good nutrient rich blood is filling it, that muscle fiber is expanding, and that's what we want. So how I judge a pre-workout, or any supplement for that matter, is by what their page looks like. So when I look on bodybuilding, and I see that BSN has an 8.6 rating on this pre-workout, that's already pretty high, because people just like you and me, that fitness community, have already put their faith in this and then given it a rating. So 8.6 is pretty dang good. It's out of 10, obviously. And at the cost of $29.99, it's honestly not that bad. I paid a lot more for pre-workouts. I paid a lot less for crappier pre-workouts. Didn't really work. You want to put your money into a solid product. So at $30 for 30 servings, that's $1 a serving, which isn't that bad, especially for a high quality pre-workout. It's a pretty good deal. Now, they tote 4 different things for their product. They say it has a great taste, which honestly, if you're a serious athlete, you don't really care about the taste. It's merely just an added benefit. They quote, it gives you endurance. And their flashy page, they say this is gonna give you maximum endurance, which I would agree. I would give them a check, put a little check on that column, because it does give you that endurance. It has the creatine and the beta-alanine, which in the doses they have and they suggest on the actual packaging, works in tandem and gives you good endurance. Next is explosive energy. And again, I'd have to check the box off on that one. It's got a decently high, but not overly so rating of caffeine, which gives you that endurance. On top of the creatine and beta-alanine again, which continually adds to that endurance. Now it says maximum performance. That's a really open and honestly a subjective token to put onto there. Maximum performance to who? Or maximum performance how? But I would probably still give them a check in the box. It does everything it says. It gives you the focus. It allows for that really good pump, which I noted in my videos, especially on calves, which I do every other set. And that gave a really good pump in those calves, and I wasn't fatigued. It was definitely hard, but it wasn't the normal level of fatigue where you can't get to that 5th and 6th set. I would definitely give all 4 checks. The taste, it was okay. I went with grape, which was one of their higher flavors. They have 7, and I always suggest match the flavor as close as you can to your other supplements. If you're stacking it with that creatine, making sure that you don't have fruit punch creatine and kiwi grape pre-workout. It's going to taste horrible and you're not going to want to drink it, and you just wasted your money. So it doesn't matter, like this product, if it's worth the cash, because if the taste is horrible, you're just gonna throw it in the trash. For the calorie conscious and the people who are watching their weight or their caloric intake, this isn't that bad. It has 20 calories per serving, which is absolutely negligible. Other than that, it has 5 grams of carbs, which are a little bit hefty if you are on that competition prep and you're trying to watch that carb intake. It's gonna be good carbs that are gonna get promoted into that muscle growth. Let's talk about the serving size and grams for each one of those beta-alanine and creatine. The caffeine is not really too much of a worry. If you go too high on that, you're gonna get the jitters mixed with your 5 or 6 cups of coffee that I know you're probably gonna drink on top of the pre-workout. Not a huge deal. It takes a lot of caffeine to overdose. But what you don't want to do is take a high volume of creatine and beta-alanine, because you're either A, gonna pee it right out and just waste your money, or you're gonna get that water retention, which everyone is so scared about and was what sent creatine down that bad road in the late 90s, even early 2000s. So what you're gonna do is cross-check these pre-workouts and these other supplements with all the rest of your stack to make sure you're not taking more than, it says 3 grams of creatine and beta-alanine, but honestly, 5's not that bad. If you're a really big guy, like a lot of you on this channel probably are, a lot bigger than me, then maybe 7 is your size. Or maybe you're a really small competitive female and 5 or 4 is maybe a little too heavy. 2 would probably be perfect. It's all your dosing levels. Along with each one of these supplements, everything is to personal discretion. If you think you can handle 5, try 5. If you start to notice that water retention or that water weight seems to be a little bit more than you're expecting, dial it down. It's one of those things where you kind of have to play with the levels before you figure out exactly what's right for you. But that just takes time, and we got nothing but time to continue working out, because fitness is always an evolution. It's never just a snap fix, and that's exactly what this channel is going to try to prove. Because like I said in the intro video, nothing is simple, nothing is fast, all of it takes hard work. We're going to get there together. That is going to wrap up this supplement of the week video, #1 for the channel, BSN's N.O.Xplode. If you like what you saw, smash that like button, share it, subscribe, and let your friends know. We're debunking the myths and the hearsay of pre-workouts and supplements just like it. So this one, BSN N.O.Xplode, as we said in the title, is it worth the cash or is it worth the trash? I'm gonna say it's definitely worth the cash. $30 for 30 servings, not that bad. It's a high quality product. I stand behind BSN on a lot of their stuff, so I kind of knew it was gonna be good from the get-go. But check it out for yourself. The link will be in the description below. I always buy from bodybuilding.com, but if you find a better source or somewhere where you can get it more affordably, absolutely jump on that, because wherever you can get high quality supplements, if it works for you, get it. As always, I appreciate you guys taking a look at the channel, all the support you guys can give. Make sure to check out my Twitter at fitness253. A lot more active, like I said on the last video, than I was in the beginning. Definitely can get back to you guys' questions a lot faster on that platform. But also leave a comment on YouTube if you want to see something. Already had people asking for different types of meal preps that they want to see, which is awesome. Keep up that support. As always, thanks for watching. Take it easy.